Hey friends, my name is Z and you're watching MakesItEasy, and welcome to a new video for IGCSE Business Studies. And today we have 4.3 for achieving quality production, and by the end of the lesson you should be able to describe 4.3.1, why quality is important and how quality production might be achieved, which include these sub-specification, like what quality means, the concept of quality control, and the concept of quality assurance. So check out the pinned comment for all the timestamps, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell. And we'll move on now to 4.3.1, the importance of quality and how to achieve it, starting with what quality means. So imagine you went shopping and you bought a pair of jeans, you took them home and found that they had holes in them. You would not be too happy and not be a very happy customer, and the business will get bad reputation, and you will probably take the jeans back to the shop and expect a replacement. And if the shop refused to replace the jeans, you will feel this was unfair. And this is why in some countries there are laws to protect consumers so that the shops have to replace faulty parts or refund the price. And the business needs to try to ensure that all products or services it sells are free of fault and defects. And here's quality products. Quality products help businesses to establish a brand image. Number 2, it builds brand loyalty. Number 3, it maintains a good reputation. Number 4, it increases sales. And number 5, it attracts new customers. But if quality is not maintained, then the businesses will lose customers to other brands. They have to replace faulty products or offer to repeat a service that was poor, which raises the cost. And they have customers who tell other people about their experiences, and this will create a bad reputation, leading to lower sales and lower profits. Then we have what quality means, like quality. So what does quality mean? Quality doesn't necessarily mean producing an excellent product or a service. Consumers' expectations of quality will be much higher for an expensive product than for one sold at lower price. But you do expect the lower price product to be fit for the purpose and to work effectively and not have any faults. And the manufacturing business needs a product with a good design that is manufactured without any faults that satisfy the expectations of customers. And the business providing services such as hotels or banks needs to match customer expectations with its level of customer service, customer waiting times, and convenience. And therefore, quality is a very important part of any business in both the manufacturing and service sector. And there are several ways businesses can try to ensure that they produce a good quality product or provide a good service. Then we have quality control, the concept of quality control. Quality control is a checking for quality at the end of the production process, and it's a traditional way to try to make sure that the products were delivered from factories with no defects. If errors or faults were found, then the whole batch of production might have to be scrapped and reworked. The inspectors from the quality control department will check that the quality was being maintained during the production of goods and try to eliminate errors before they occurred and find any defective products before they went out of the factory to the consumer. And the business may also use a mystery customer to set up a service to check if the quality is as expected. So here's advantages and disadvantages of quality control, starting with advantages. It tries to eliminate faults or errors before the customer receives the product or the service, and less training is required for the workers as inspectors are employed to check quality. And here's the drawbacks. It's expensive as inspectors need to be paid to check the products or service. They identify the faulty products but doesn't find out why the fault has occurred, and therefore it's difficult to solve the problem. And there's high costs if products have to be scrapped and reworked or service repeated. Then we have the concept of quality assurance. Quality assurance is a checking for quality standards throughout the production process by employees. And this takes a slightly different approach to quality. And the business will make sure that the quality standards are set and applied at all stages of production. And the purpose of quality assurance is to make sure that the customer is satisfied with the aim of achieving greater sales, increased added value, and increased profits. To implement a quality assurance system, all aspects of production must be considered. Attention must be paid to the design of the product, the components and the material use, delivery schedules, after-sales service and quality checking procedures. And the workforce must support the use of quality standards at all stages of production, or this system will not be effective. So here's advantages and disadvantages of quality assurance. It's a typo, sorry. It's meant to be assurance. So here's advantages of quality assurance. It tries to eliminate faults or errors at all stages of production before passing on to the next stage. And there are fewer customer complaints, and reduce costs if the products don't have to be reworked or service repeated. But drawbacks of quality assurance is that it's expensive to train employees to check the quality of their own work at each stage of production, and it relies on employees being committed to maintaining the standards set by the company. Then we have Total Quality Management, or TQM. TQM is a continuous improvement of products and processes by focusing on quality at each stage of production. The influence of Japanese management has changed the way quality is ensured in many businesses today, and the idea of total quality management is at the heart of many practices. TQM is a continuous improvement of products and processes by focusing on quality at each stage and every stage of production, and it tries to get it right for in the first time and not have any defects, and zero fault is the TQM aim. And there's an emphasis on ensuring that the customer is always satisfied, and the customer can be other people or departments in the same business that you are completing the task for, and not just the final customer. This should mean that the quality is maintained throughout the business and no faults should occur, as all employees are involved in accepting responsibility for a quality good or service being delivered. And TQM, or Total Quality Management, should mean that the production costs will fall, and this idea of TQM is closely linked with Kaizen, as we saw last lesson, and the use of quality circles. Quality circles are where groups of workers meet regularly and discuss problems and possible solutions. And workers are encouraged to suggest new ideas to reduce waste and ensure zero defects, which is the aim of the TQM. Then we have advantages and disadvantages of Total Quality Management, or TQM. The quality is built into every part of the production of a product or service and becomes central to the ethos of other employees or all the employees. Number 2, advantages. It eliminates all faults or errors before the customer receives the product or service, as it has a right first time approach. Number 3, there's no customer complaints and so brand image is improved, leading to higher sales. Number 4, reduce costs as products don't have to be scrapped or reworked or service repeated. And lastly, waste is removed and efficiency increases. But drawbacks of TQM includes it's expensive to train all employees to check the product or service, and it relies on all employees following TQM ideology and accepting the responsibility for quality. So here's that quality control to quality assurance to TQM. Then here's how can the customer be assured of a quality product or a service. And if a customer wants to be sure that a product or service will meet particular standards, then they can look for a quality mark associated with the product or service. And the business can apply to have this quality mark on its goods or services, and it will have to follow certain rules and be inspected to make sure that they are following them to be able to keep this quality mark. An example of this is the ISO, the International Organization of Standardization, which grants a business the right to use an ISO number in its literature and advertising. Internet sites such as TripAdvisor are useful ways for businesses to gain a good reputation if satisfied customers put positive reviews on the site. And of course, bad reviews will have an opposite effect as well, and the business will lose potentially many customers, as well as the dissatisfied customer who posted the review. So here's an example of a quality mark. Then lastly, here's 4.3, achieving quality production for some definitions. Quality means to produce a good or a service which meets customer expectations. Quality control is the checking for quality at the end of the production process, whether it is the production of product or a service, and it uses quality inspectors as a way for finding any faults. And for quality assurance, it is the checking for quality standards throughout the production process by employees, whether it is the production of a product or a service. And lastly, TQM, or Total Quality Management, is the continuous improvement of products and processes by focusing on quality at each and every stage of production to eliminate any faults or any defects. And that's it for this 4.3 video for IGCSE Business Studies, and I hope you guys found it useful. And if you did, please leave a like and subscribe and comment down below if you have any questions or criticisms. And also check out my Instagram in the description for more daily content. And if you guys found it helpful, I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss any video in the future. And that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, stay safe and happy learning.